So I think this thing where we're struggling with the symbols and we don't know what len means, there's a lot of, we don't have an intuition for the mathematical concepts. And I have a question, like when you're doing abstract mathematics, do you ever develop the same intuition for the concepts that you have for numbers, like having this intuition that if you multiply, say, any number with an even number, that the answer will be an even number. Like, I intuitively know that because I've seen a lot of numbers in my life, but until last year I wouldn't have been able to prove it. I didn't understand it, but I had the intuition at least. So do you ever develop that intuition for more complex mathematical ideas?
Always. So, not only that, for me as a mathematician, the very abstract mathematical objects that I work with, which I might take like a couple of years to explain to someone who doesn't have all the background in mathematics, for me, both from the point of view of my thought perception and my emotional perception, are as real as the concepts of a mountain, a chair, sky. So these mathematical concepts for me are as intuitive. They're not more abstract, they're as concrete as all these other concepts. And in fact, in some cases, they're even much more real for me than the real life, than the concepts that represent real life objects. And the fact that I can touch something, that I can sense it, for me it's not satisfying. For me it's much more satisfying that I can understand the intuition behind it. If I touch something, I will not understand what it is. And so for me, reality is more associated not to touching, but to thought and emotional perception. And from that point of view, then, the mathematical concepts for me are very, very real. And they should always be, if I want to make progress in, so I first make them real for me before I start solving a problem about them.
Well, what I want to say is that, like, sometimes in math, it's not like we don't want to learn some things, but this is what happens. Normally, if I sleep for 3 hours and then wake up, go to a class, and then because the classes end up usually at 4, and then I decide to take like a 1 hour nap. And then after, what happens is I set an alarm that after an hour I should wake up. And then when I wake up like to my brain, busy waking like complex sums of math. And then what I feel is that our brains really do want to understand and really want to organize the information of math that we really receive. But it doesn't know, like, where can I put this information? Like, where can I put you to be relevant? Where will you be existing in real life? Because I've noticed that with my mind a lot of times, like sleeping less, and then waking up, whatever it does, with all the modules that I learned, it just chooses mathematics. With its complicated symbols and sounds to just work out, and you feel like, okay, what's happening with the brain? And then you do know, okay, I do need to sleep enough. But at the same time, I do understand that the brain really do want to organize the information, all those symbols that we learn in maths, but it just needs a space. And also, like, to say now, in real life, where can I put you to be relevant to what you're learning? Because I do want to organize you as an information. Sometimes because we as students, when you do mathematics and you pass the subject, you feel like, okay, but it's fine, it doesn't matter, but it really does matter to know where everything comes from.
Okay, so I think maybe for me, this is how I'm bridging together this talk really nicely, is that I took the pure mathematics syllabus, and then I moved over to the abstract maths course that Zurich gives. And that to me, I think, is maybe where Lin comes in and the symbols come in. It's not that here's something that someone's telling me and I need to memorize. That's a very bad thing to do in maths, memorize. It's not, you're doing a disservice to yourself, because abstract, that's intuition. That's where you're proving to yourself before you put on the paper why it is. It's like the abstract is the proof that you're going to now put into concreteness. It's like so I think that when taking abstract maths as a course for me was so much more wouldn't say important, but it helped me with maths. It helped me become intuitive and prove things to myself rather than prove to the lecturer I studied exactly what you wrote on the board, how you wrote it. It's like you can come up, if someone says 1 + 1 is 2, if you always remember, if you see a 1 and a plus sign and a 1 and an equals, you must just put a 2 there. It's more like complex mathematics that I know 1 + 1 is 2 because if I put them together it's 2, but on a very complex scale. And then I think the psychology comes in there is with, if we are spoon feeding everyone maths the whole time and they're getting the spoon and they're like, okay, take another spoon of maths, we're not allowing anyone to actually intuitively come up with the same knowledge. It's like we're not giving enough freedom for our own minds to explore. And maybe this is where the syllabus comes in, or the time comes in, and everyone's different. But I think the most important thing we should push, rather than content is context. So formulating ideas and solving a proof for yourself, not learning a proof. And that's why I love abstract maths. And I think psychologically, it is abstract maths.